The movie opens with a news report about a young man named Gongmin, who has been arrested for harassing a female student and assaulting a male student who tried to intervene. Because he's the son of the chairman of one of the country's largest food companies, his case is receiving a lot of attention. Officer Ra Se-on watches the news, looking tense. Her colleagues ask her what's wrong, and she says she's worried about the lawyer who's going to defend this rich kid. The lawyer, Lee Chae-sang, is currently meeting with the family. He's already made arrangements and pulled strings with the judge who will preside over the trial. The trial takes place soon after. The victim recounts what happened, saying that he was walking home when he heard a girl crying. He looked down and saw Gongmin acting inappropriately towards her, so he ran down to intervene. Gongmin then struck him hard in the back with a stick and punched him in the face. Officer Sion, listening in the courtroom, looks very anxious. Chae-sang starts questioning the victim, pointing out that Gongmin's family has offered to settle for 50 million won, but the victim's father is demanding 200 million won. He then presents information suggesting the victim's family is in debt for 200 million won, implying they're trying to extort money. The victim is unable to defend himself. Chae-sang then calls the girl who was involved in the incident to testify, but she's either been bribed or frightened and gives a false account, blaming the victim for the assault. Sion, furious, almost jumps up to confront Chae-sang, but her colleague holds her back. Chae-sang then provides documentation proving that Gongmin was under the influence of antidepressants and alcohol, and therefore incapable of rational thought. Combined with his backroom dealings with the judge, Gongmin is ultimately released. Sion storms out of the courtroom, consumed by anger towards the lawyer. Unable to contain her rage, she runs over to where Chae-sang is talking and kicks him, knocking him to the ground. She then twists his arm and grabs his neck, causing him to choke. Later at the station, her superior reprimands her. She replies that this is always the case. He helps the guilty escape, and they never face punishment. We then cut to a scene where Chae-sang is taking on a new case, still involving the same family but this time related to their food company. The head of the department, while assigning the case to him, warns him that before tackling this, he needs to deal with the accusations of violence made against the family's matriarch. Chae-sang is exasperated by the whole family. His colleague, surprised, asks if he was attacked by Sion again. Chae-sang sighs and says this is the third time. He recalls a time after a trial when Sion stormed over and yelled at him, then hit him with a hammer. Another time she grabbed his hand like she was going to beat him up. But he just shrugged it off, saying he had bigger things to worry about. After her outburst against Chae-sang, Sion is punished by being assigned to traffic duty, checking drivers' blood alcohol levels. She pulls over a driver, and right after that, Chae-sang pulls up behind him. She gives him a look of contempt and moves on to the next car. Chae-sang, seemingly wanting to speak with her, pretends his cab is having trouble and pulls over to the side. Sion sees this and goes to warn him. They exchange a few words before he starts yelling at her, claiming she assaulted him and demanding compensation. She counters that it's animal abuse, not assault, because he's not a human being. He insults her, saying she must be hated by a lot of people. She replies that her life is better than his, since he makes a living by helping bad people get away with crimes. She goes on to say that if she had known what he would become, she wouldn't have helped him 12 years ago. Now, she regrets what she did. The scene then cuts to flashbacks from 12 years ago. Chae-sang is walking home from school at night. As he's relieving himself by the side of the road, a girl runs up to him and grabs him, saying someone wants to kill her. A man approaches, wielding a knife. Chae-sang is terrified. The man stabs twice, but the knife strikes the book Chae-sang is carrying. He manages to knock the attacker unconscious. Later, Chae-sang is brought to the police station for assault, with the attacker demanding 10 million won in settlement. Chae-sang, trying to explain his actions, is met with skepticism from the police officers, who demand evidence. Sion, observing the scene, decides to help him. As Chae-sang is being pressured by the victim's family for more money, Sion brings the girl who was involved in the incident to testify. After the matter is settled, Chae-sang thanks Sion and lets him know that he's successfully resolved the case. Sion is relieved and happy because this is the first case she's been able to contribute to solving. Cut back to the present. Sion is just getting off her night shift when she sees a man standing in front of the police station. After talking to him, he tells her that his daughter called and said someone was following her, then her phone went dead. He rushed to the location she mentioned but only found a button with the letters Sanam. the initials of the chairman of the food company from the beginning of the film. His daughter works as a secretary in the chairman's office. He suspects she's been kidnapped by the chairman. Upon hearing this, the chairman's wife immediately calls Chae Sang to her office to deal with the situation. Later, Sion and the father arrive at the office. Chae Sang presents evidence showing that the chairman and the girl had been exchanging affectionate messages, making it implausible that he would kidnap her. After a tense back and forth, everyone leaves to investigate further. While at the parking lot, Sion finds Chae Sang and punches him for mocking and belittling her. They then drive off, stopping the head of their department to get more information. From her, they learn that the chairman's wife, realizing her husband was having an affair, took advantage of his absence to handle the third party herself. She also reveals the location where the girl is being held captive. The scene cuts to the girl, tied up and surrounded by thugs. After receiving this information, Sion and Chae Sang immediately call the police station and head to the location. They arrive and find the place seemingly deserted. They wander around until they reach a room and spot a metal drum. They open it and find the girl's body inside. Chae Sang is sickened and throws up. After dealing with the situation, Sion confronts Chae Sang, blaming him for the girl's death. She claims that if he hadn't dragged things out for the chairman's wife, the girl would still be alive. Sion accuses him of using people's lives to make money. Chae Sang is deeply affected by her words and decides to confront the chairman's wife. When he arrives at her residence, she screams insults at him, but Chae Sang secretly records her confessions and threatens to expose her. She's furious. As he leaves, she calls someone to take care of him. On his way back, Chae Sang calls Sion to meet up and give her the evidence. Unbeknownst to him, a car is following him. The car then crashes into his, sending it spinning before it slams into a roadside barrier. Sion, hearing the loud crash, is horrified. Another truck, waiting nearby, charges towards Chae Sang, ready to finish him off. He wakes up in an unfamiliar place, surrounded by a woman who claims to be his wife. He sees their wedding photo hanging on the wall and is completely confused, wondering what's going on. Not only that, he also had a child with Sion. He thought it was all a dream, and he ran to his law firm in a panic. He barged in, shocking everyone. Chae Sang saw the prosecutor he had mocked before sitting in his law firm with his superior and was incredibly surprised. He made snide remarks which infuriated the prosecutor. After a while of rambling, his superior stood up and scolded Chae Sang, calling him Prosecutor Lee Chae Sang, leaving him stunned. He was then dragged out and Salian followed him, pulling him to the car and informing him about the current situation. Mrs. Sin Chun Hai, the chairperson of the Gunyu Food Corporation, was being investigated for the disappearance of Seo Dan Chu. Her son, Gong Min, whom he had previously helped to escape punishment, was now in prison, according to Sion, because of Chae Sang. They had been living together for 6 years. After hearing Sion's words, he was stunned for several seconds. He then dressed up and went to his current prosecutor's office. After entering for a while, his colleague walked in and showed him a video showing Seo Dan Chu. In his head, Chae Sang thought this was a dream created by his guilt, a parallel world to help him correct his past mistakes. Relying on his previous memories, he summoned everyone to the house he and Sion had investigated before. He went to a room and saw a metal box. He remembered seeing it in the other world, but when he approached and opened it, there was nothing inside. In this world, they found no clues during the search. Chae Sang was then dragged away by his boss, who scolded him for causing a commotion and allowing the chairperson to escape to another country. Chae Sang decided to call her to the police station to question her about the situation. Her face seemed unfriendly when she arrived. Knowing her weakness, she couldn't stand being mocked, so with just a few questions, Chae Sang made her jump up, gritting her teeth. Saying that things weren't going her way, her lawyer, sitting beside her, said she wouldn't answer any more questions. He uncharacteristically praised Chae Sang's improved abilities.